It's been almost a year since the Free Britney demands were finally answered. After an abusive 13-year conservatorship under her father, the talented Britney Spears was able to regain her control over her body life and, most notably, her social media accounts. However, since escaping her father's authority, members of her family have started to speak out on her seemingly unstable behavior and erratic mental state. And following the news of her divorce with Sam Asghari, these worries are only getting louder. The coincidental timing of their outspoken worries is suspicious. Could this be a case of Spears' family attempting to regain control over her, or are these legitimate concerns for the well-being of a loved one? More likely, it's perhaps a mix of the two. Today, we're going to be counting down the top 10 reasons we should be worried about Britney Spears. Coming in at number 10 is her deleted Instagram account. In January of this year, Britney posted one of her infamous Instagram dancing videos, shouting the fact that she changed her name to River Red throughout, and shortly after abruptly deleted her Instagram account. Police were called to perform a wellness check at Britney's house, which seems like a dire reaction for such a minor offense, but the motivation behind the calls was the assumption that this move was made as a plea for help. After the incident, Britney put her Instagram account back up to clarify the situation, explaining that the police had never entered her house, quickly realizing that there was no issue when they arrived and left immediately. Britney continued saying that the whole situation felt like she was being gaslighted by the media, which is portraying her in a poor and unfair light, and going on to ask for privacy and respect moving forward. Britney continued her statement in another post explaining why she left Instagram in the first place, explicitly stating that she shut her socials down due to too many people saying she looked idiotic and crazy in her dancing videos. And honestly, deactivating over hurt feelings isn't a new thing at all. In the grand scheme of things, deleting an Instagram account should not generate anxiety, and instead, we should be more accepting of celebrities seeking privacy. Our number 9 spot goes to reports that Sam just couldn't handle her, quote, erratic behavior anymore. News quickly went public that Britney and her now ex-husband Sam were seen at Joey's Eatery in Los Angeles, where Britney was supposedly acting manic and speaking gibberish and yelling at the waitstaff. A neighboring diner started filming the interactions after Sam allegedly stormed out of the restaurant, having had enough. The video showed Britney muttering to herself at the table before leaving with her bodyguard. Rumors quickly spread that what happened in the restaurant was a bipolar relapse, but that was quickly debunked by Britney, her husband, and staff at Joey's Eatery. This instance is hardly the first time Britney's behavior has been overanalyzed in the context of her mental health, and was not at all cause for public concern, but this has been used as proof that Sam had been at his wit's end with Britney for months. At number 8 is the rumors of her unhealthy lifestyle. In recent months, there have been many concerns and claims from her family that Britney often stays awake for up to 3 days straight, as she, quote, guzzles Red Bull, Celsius coffee, and dandelion tea. According to Dr. Drew Pinsky, people with mental disorders frequently take on this not particularly healthy habit because they want the euphoria these beverages provide. An unnamed source added that she was abusing caffeine, Adderall, and anything she could get her hands on. Britney did not stand for these allegations and immediately took to her Instagram, posting a meme that read, in every relationship there's the person who falls asleep instantly and the other person who lies awake wondering how that's even possible. Underneath the meme, she wrote a lengthy caption disputing the claims about her caffeine addiction. A part of it read, my mind gets busy sometimes, that can be an easy target to mess with. Anyways, I'm sticking to watermelon juice, which is the weirdest thing ever, but I was told for years that I can't have coffee, and now that I can again, it's my pride. I can't even look at it. She also added that green tea is her prized possession, and that Red Bull is absolutely the worst drink ever, which I tend to agree with. Coming in at number 7 is her refusal to take medication. Allegedly, Britney is not taking her medication, which is said to be essential in stabilizing her mood. An anonymous source says that the star is optioning to subconsciously self-medicate herself with her own cocktail of other substances, in turn exacerbating her mental illness that she's trying to combat. Sources close to Britney also say that instead of her prescribed medication, she's taking meds that, quote, hype her up, and she's been, quote, flying up the handle at various times during the day. One source said that they're afraid she's going to pass away. After witnessing these claims, Britney wrote back saying that she takes Prozac for depression, and that's about it, denying the claims of any self-medication. An unnamed source says that she thinks she's perfectly fine, adding that her biggest fear is to be institutionalized again, and she definitely won't let that happen. Coming in at number 6 is her alleged use of substances. According to the Daily Mail, the most reputable source right behind an anonymous one, Britney's ex-husband Kevin Federline and her estranged father are worried about the singer's alleged use of hard drugs and that she might pass away because of it. Federline apparently said that he's been praying someone would make it public and that she wakes up because her behavior is terrifying. She's the mother of my boys. Jamie Spears reportedly added that her estranged daughter may end up the same way as Amy Winehouse, a British singer who passed away at the age of 27, but in recent events, Federline came forward in a statement posted to his Instagram story where he wrote that the Daily Mail's report of the claim against Spears is false and repulsive. Federline added that it saddens his family. In a legal letter sent to the Daily Mail, Britney's attorney Matthew Rosengart denied the reports of the star's alleged use of substances. Afterwards, the Daily Mail assured readers that the claims made accurately reflect the interviews held with Federline, and if so, the intentions behind his actions should be called into question. Coming in at our halfway point is her mental health. There's been much alarm concerning the mental health of Britney Spears from her Instagram posts alone. Fans have theorized that she may be struggling with bipolar disorder, with Britney's family saying that her medical issues are far more complex than what her fans realize. While there has never been any public diagnosis, there is documented found evidence that she was treated at mental health facilities over the years. Britney says that she sometimes felt forced into treatment programs while under her 13-year conservatorship, and thus this fact may not be a sign of her deteriorating mental health, but instead an aspect of her mistreatment and a reason behind her current vulnerable condition. Britney explained this further in an Instagram post that said that her past will always be a trauma trigger for her, going on to say that there's no way to fix her and that she'll need a miracle for her emotions. Ken Seeley, an intervention expert, weighed in on Britney's social media post, saying that she is delusional and that the Instagram videos depict the late stages of mania. Now, Britney's posts are certainly confusing, even disturbing at times, but the discussion surrounding Britney's Instagram posts as they display her perceived mental illness isn't productive. Shaylee Coran, writing for the CBC, said that the discomfort from viewing Britney's Instagram posts come from sheer ableism. This discomfort seems to be treated like it's more important than Britney's autonomy and freedom. This reaction proves that we don't recognize the ways that both misogyny and ableism work in order to hurt Britney in the first place. The current perception of Britney Spears is just one example of our societal failures when it comes to the treatment of mentally ill people. At number 4, her inconsistent thought patterns. Now, we all know that Britney Spears is well known for posting Instagram content bordering on levels of absurdism. Her videos that feature sporadic dance moves and lengthy captions that usually don't make a lot of sense and peppered with emojis are a staple to any follower's feed. And although that's well within her right, concern came after Britney posted a bizarre video where she spoke in a slurred Australian or British accent about having a dress she made, explaining the process of having a friend help her sew it. Halfway through, Britney changes the story and says the dress was shipped to her by a company. The video then quickly shifts to her next point, where she warns fans not to call the cops on her for deleting Instagram before darting off screen and running back across the camera before disappearing again to the other side of the room. The video ends with Britney yelling, "Never be a roller coaster." This unusual behavior, coupled with her seemingly inconsistent thought patterns, caused her family to worry about the state of her mental health. At this point in Britney's Instagram career, though, this is nothing fans haven't already come to expect, no matter how unsettling it may be. At number 3 is the prenup blackmail. Before getting married last June, Britney Spears and Sam Asghari signed a prenup agreement which many say was in her favor. The contract stated that any money made before the marriage was protected, meaning that Sam wouldn't see a dime of that toxic money. But after filing for divorce last week, Sam seemed to have some second thoughts about signing this agreement, releasing a threat to blackmail Spears if she does not agree to renegotiate, allegedly saying that if he is not financially compensated for this divorce and waives spousal support and reimbursement for attorney fees, he will leak, quote, extraordinarily embarrassing information about the singer. Many people have begun to speculate that this abrupt change of pace is a show of Sam's true character and intentions with his marriage to Britney, accusing him of just wanting notoriety and an easy into movie work and money, going so far as to call him a parasite, which, given the facts of the matter, I tend to agree with. This is also incredibly worrying, considering going to the length of threatening blackmail is the first red flag for something actually dangerous to happen. Our runner-up is the Blowout fights. Earlier this year, TMZ unveiled a documentary delving into Britney's life that suggested that Spears and Asghari's marriage was shaky. The report went so far as to insinuate that the singer and Asghari may have partook in physical confrontations with each other. As well, TMZ said these fights did not end as the divorce announcement got closer. In fact, they got worse, including frequent screaming matches, irreconcilable differences, and their tendency to argue over plenty of fundamental values, all based on accusations of infidelity, which Sam accused Britney of for the theorized reason of, if Britney is found guilty of marital indiscretion, the aforementioned prenup is rendered null and void. So it's suspicious that he decided to do so. TMZ said that a source said the arguments used to be petty, but apparently as of recent, things took a bad turn and their arguments became more serious and real. Coming in at number 1 is the threat of repeating history. It doesn't take long to find Britney's lengthy history of worrisome behavior. After being treated so cruelly while in the public eye for so many years of her life, held under careful scrutiny, unable to escape rumors and disputes about what's best for her, it's no wonder why she may still be acting in a worryingly abnormal way, according to some. The Spears family has expressed their worries that due to Britney's current behavior, she may be at risk for repeating history. It seems that the family believes that Britney is acting in a way reminiscent of how she behaved in the early 2000s, and if preventative measures are not taken soon, she's at risk for hurting herself or others. However, the behavior in question, as mentioned in this list, has often been exposed as falsehoods or defamatory statements, many of which were fed to the media to make people believe that Britney should be back under control of someone in her life, which would be the true threat of history repeating itself. And that brings us to the end of the top 10 reasons we should be worried about Britney Spears, but worry about yourself. Let us know if you forgot any in the comments below, and I will see you guys in the next one.